Hello dear students, welcome you all to the 30th lecture of macroeconomics. And today in continuation of previous lecture, we will discuss the saving functions or propensity to save. In last lecture, we have learned what is consumption function, and I told you that the portion what we spend on consuming goods and services, that is called the consumption, and at the income line your consumption equals to the consumption. And initially when your income is zero, that time also certain kind of consumption we do, and as our income increases, consumption also increases, but with not the same proportion. And after a break even point where our income equals to consumption, after that the consumption increases lesser proportion as income increases, and whatever amount is left after consumption, that goes into saving. So there we discuss why your consumption is a function of y. Okay, so I told you in the beginning also, how much ever is your income, either you consume it or you will save it. So we can write saving as a part of income which is not consumed. Okay, so your income equals to consumption plus saving. If you if you will see this equation, consumption is there, saving is there, and total of that y, that is your income. So if you want to find out the saving value of saving from here, what you will do, you will just shift the variables here and there, and your saving will be equals to your total income minus consumption, where y is your disposable income, s is your saving, and c is your consumption. So we can say that from this equation, your saving is also a function of y. Okay, for earlier for consumption, we were saying that the consumption is a function of income. Here we can say from this equation, saving is also a function of your income. So from this equation we are taking forward, in this place of c, we are writing the value of c, that is a plus by. And when you will open these brackets and solve this equation, it will be s equals to minus a plus 1 minus by. You can solve it here. You just open this equation, y minus a minus by, it will be minus a, you can take forward, and y you can take a common, so it will be 1 plus minus b. So a is autonomous consumption, where a is autonomous consumption, and 1 minus b represents your marginal propensity to save. Okay, now see why this a is showing this a is showing this minus symbol. So what is the meaning of this minus? So minus a represents dissaving. In the previous lecture, one curve I plotted for you, and I was showing that this is the area which reflect dissaving. Okay, so minus a represent dissaving, which is needed to finance autonomous consumption. Okay, what is autonomous consumption? When your income is zero, that time also certain kind of consumption you are doing, and I told you for that consumption either you will borrow the money or you have to take money out of your savings. Okay, so to finance all those things, you need to finance your autonomous consumption, you need certain finance. And clearly at zero level of income, amount of autonomous consumption will be amount of dissaving. Means that much amount either you are borrowing, it means you need to return that amount, or if you are using that using certain amount from your savings, you need to rebuild your savings. So we can say that much amount was dissaved. Okay, and 1 minus b is marginal propensity to save. So this was the graph which I have shown you when we was discussing the consumption function. This is the line, this O and L. It is reflecting the income line at which your consumption is equals to your income. This was the consumption function, consumption line. We can say that at initial level, when your income was zero, that time also certain OC amount of consumption you was doing. So for that consumption, either you was using your earlier savings or you was borrowing. At point B, your consumption is equals to your income, means below this point, this CB is representing that consumption for which your income was lesser and consumption was more. So it means for this consumption, either you have used your savings or you have borrowed your money. And after this point B, your consumption is lesser than your saving. It means after this point, you will start certain kind of savings. So with the help of this figure only, we have plotted another figure here. You see OX is your disposable income and this Y axis is defining the saving. So up to this B point, you are not doing any kind of saving because your consumptions was higher and your income was lesser. Okay, so this area was showing the this saving. So at this break-even point, or we can say zero saving point, will be the point from where you will start doing savings. Below that, it is all this saving negative, means either you have to pay the amount which you have borrowed from others, or you have to rebuild your, or you have to refill your earlier savings. So let's see the theory. Point B is the break-even point showing zero savings. It emphasizes that saving curve must intersect x-axis at the same income level where consumption curve at 45. So this point is giving the point for this saving function. After this point, it will start saving. At the left of B point, it means this one. Consumption function lies above the 45-degree line, showing that consumption is more than the income, that is negative savings or dissaving. At the right point of B, consumption function is lie above the 45-degree and it is showing the positive savings. So here also we will discuss average propensity to save. So average propensity to save is the ratio of saving to the income. So it will be S over Y, saving over your disposable income. Now we can build a relationship from this equation for average propensity to save, and we can make one relation we can draw. This is average propensity to consume plus average propensity to save equals to 1, which is a very important equation. So let's see how we derive up to this equation. So we know the Y equals to C plus S, or C plus S equals to Y. Your consumption plus saving will be equals to your income. So what you will do, both sides you divide by Y. Okay, so you will get C by Y plus S by Y equals to Y by Y. So Y by Y will be your equals to 1, and C by Y will be your average propensity to consume, and S Y Y will be your average propensity to save. So we can say average propensity to consume plus average propensity to save equals to 1. If you are planning to give some competitive exams, so this based on this equation, a lot of questions you can see in competitive papers also. Now let's go to the marginal propensity to save. So marginal propensity to save is the ratio of change in saving to a change in income. It means how much is your income changing, with respect to that how much is your saving changing. That will be your marginal propensity to change. Okay, so in additional income is either consumed or saved. The sum of marginal propensity to save and marginal propensity to consume is also equals to 1. So this is also very important, another very important equation. Marginal propensity to consume plus marginal propensity to save equals to 1. Okay, so I hope you understood these two concepts. These are very important concepts: consumption function and propensity to consume, and saving function and propensity to save. So go through these notes, and if you feel any confusion, if you feel any difficulty in understanding these points, you can ping me. I will solve your query there. Thank you so much for watching the video.